In a very significant development today, the Honorable Governor of Karnataka has accorded sanction for prosecution against Chief Minister Shri Siddaramaiah today regarding the allegations that he is facing in the Muda scam. Over the last few months, the Bharatiya Janata Party, as well as many social activists and RTI activists in Karnataka fighting for transparency and probity in public life, have been raising the issue of the irregularities, the illegalities in the allotment of the compensatory sites to Srimati Parvati, Honorable Chief Minister Siddaramaiah ji's wife, by the Muda authority. In the last couple of months, the RTI activists had also written to the governor seeking for permission to launch prosecution against the Chief Minister. The allegations against the Chief Minister are so grave and so serious in nature that the government of Karnataka, under the leadership of Chief Minister Siddaramaiah itself, appointed earlier a single-man enquiry commission headed by a former retired IAS officer, and a couple of weeks later, the Chief Minister and the Karnataka government also appointed another commission to inquire into these allegations, headed by a former judge of the Karnataka High Court. So the allegations are so serious that their own government has constituted not one, but two commissions of inquiry, one headed by a retired IAS officer and one headed by a former judge of the Karnataka High Court, to look into these allegations. Therefore, the Congress party's argument today that the action of the governor to provide sanction for prosecution is colored politically is not right. It falls on fallacious grounds, because the government itself, the Karnataka government itself at the highest levels, was convinced that there is some kind of irregularities, is why they had appointed two commissions to look into these allegations. Sambitji has spoken briefly about what these allegations are. For the benefit of the public at large, I would want to very briefly, succinctly say what this allegation is. In 1992, 3 acres, 16 guntas of land in this village called Kesare, near Mysuru, belonging to one Shri Ninga, was preliminarily acquired for making of a layout. In 1997, the final notification was made. Chief Minister at that time, the Deputy Chief Minister at that time, was Siddaramaiah. In 1998, after the final notification, after a year after lapsing of the final notification, when Siddaramaiah was continuing to be the Deputy Chief Minister, the government of Karnataka denotifies the very same 3 acre, 16 gunta land. In 2003, when Congress government was in power, the same land that was denotified is transferred back to the name of the original owner of the land, Shri Ninga. In 2004, by which time the layout was already formed, Siddaramaiah's son-in-law, Mallikarjun, purchases the land, the said 3 acre, 16 gunta land, from this original landowner after the denotification. The point to be remembered here is, at the time of the preliminary notification, at the time of the secondary notification, and at the time of the denotification, it was Siddaramaiah who was the Deputy Chief Minister. And after the land is purchased by his son-in-law, the same 3 acre, 16 gunta of land, through a gift deed, is registered in the name of Srimati Parvati, who is Mr. Mallikarjun's sister, that is Siddaramaiah's wife. And thereafter, they apply for compensation to Muda. And while other allottees, other landowners whose lands were acquired adjacent to this particular land, are allotted sites in not so upmarket locations, in only the case of Srimati Parvati, because she happens to be the Chief Minister's wife, 14 sites are allotted in the most upmarket, most expensive area of Mysuru, in lieu of the sites that were in lieu of the 3 acre 16 gunta land that was acquired. When this decision was made by Muda to compensate Siddaramaya's wife by providing 14 sites in an upmarket locality, Siddaramaya's son, Mr. Yatindra, was the MLA from Mysuru and was also a member of the Muda council, and he was part of the meeting when this decision was taken. When Siddaramaya was the deputy chief minister, the land was denotified. When he was the chief minister, the son-in-law purchases the land and through a gift deed gifts it to his wife. When Siddaramaya was the chief minister again, his wife applies for compensation from Muda, who sits in the Muda council when the resolution is passed. The chief minister's son, who is the MLA, he sits in the meeting, and then he awards 14 sites in an upmarket locality in the name of his mother. This, in gist, is the modus operandi of the Muda scam, which is not very different from the National Herald case or the kind of allegations that Mr. Robert Vadra is facing in many of his land deals. वैसे तो इन सभी कांग्रेस नेताओं ने जमीन से जुड़े हुए नेता है, इसलिए इनका लगाव जमीन से इतना है. Today the Honorable Governor has accorded sanction. I was seeing in a couple of news channels that the Congress leaders are saying that this is a governor versus government issue. This is not a governor versus government issue. This is a very serious issue of irregularity and corruption. The Honorable Governor has followed the due process of law. He has given show cause notice to the Chief Minister. A special cabinet was convened. The cabinet did not follow the advice of the legal precedents that were earlier given. It advised the governor to reject the prosecution naturally. The governor goes through the seriousness of the allegations, the nature of the complaint, and upon perusal of all of these things, and after due consideration of the judgments that the Supreme Court in such similar instances has given multiple times, has accorded the prosecution in this case. The Bharatiya Janata Party, Karnataka, has been demanding the resignation of Chief Minister Siddaramaya in this very serious corruption matter. Now that the sanction has been provided, the criminal law has been set into motion. It is only natural that for an impartial probe, an independent probe, investigating agencies that report to Siddaramaya as Chief Minister cannot be expected to function in a free and independent manner if they continue to report to him as Chief Minister. So in the interest of justice, in the interest of truth coming out, Chief Minister Siddaramaya must take moral responsibility and forthwith resign from the position of the Chief Minister of Karnataka and make way for an impartial and independent probe. Thank you so much. ಮಾನ್ಯ ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರು ಇವತ್ತು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಕಾನೂನು ಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಾಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ಗೆ ಅನುಮತಿಯನ್ನು ನೀಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಮುಡಾ ಹಗರಣದ ವಿಚಾರವಾಗಿ ಬಹಳ ಗಂಭೀರವಾದಂತಹ ಆರೋಪಗಳು ಕಳೆದ ತಿಂಗಳುಗಳಿಂದ ಕೇಳಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಇವತ್ತು ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರು ಪ್ರಾಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ಗೆ ಅನುಮತಿ ನೀಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದಾಗಿ ಕೆಲವೇ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಫ್ಐಆರ್ ದಾಖಲಾಗುವಂಥದ್ದು ಮತ್ತೆ ತನಿಖೆ ಆಗುವಂಥದ್ದು ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸತ್ಯಾಸತ್ಯತೆಗಳು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ನಿಷ್ಪಕ್ಷಪಾತವಾದಂತಹ ತನಿಖೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಅವರ ಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಅವರ ನೇತೃತ್ವದಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಸರ್ಕಾರ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ತನಿಖಾ ಏಜೆನ್ಸಿಗಳ ನೇತೃತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯಾಯ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳ ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆಗೆ ಆಗ್ರಹವನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ನೈತಿಕ ಹೊಣೆಗಾರಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಹೊತ್ತು ನಿಷ್ಪಕ್ಷಪಾತವಾದಂತಹ ತನಿಖೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಸತ್ಯ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾರದರ್ಶಕತೆ ಉಳಿಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಸ್ಥಾನದ ಘನತೆ ಉಳಿಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಈ ತನಿಖೆಗೆ ಸಹಕಾರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಆಗ್ರಹ.